The sun-drenched landscapes of Burkina Faso, a nation nestled in the heart of West Africa, belie a harsh reality. Armed groups have plunged Burkina Faso into a fight for its very survival. Once peaceful villages now live in fear, haunted by violence that has claimed thousands of lives and displaced countless more. The security forces, though valiant, are outmatched and outgunned. This is the story of ordinary citizens who have taken up arms to defend their homeland. This is the story of the Volontaires pour la Défense de la Patrie, the VDP, a citizen militia force born out of necessity and fueled by patriotism. The VDP, composed of ordinary citizens, have answered the call to arms, putting their lives on the line to protect their communities. This burgeoning alliance represents a potential turning point in Burkina Faso's fight for security. The VDP, working alongside the National Army, are fighting for the soul of their nation. This essay will delve into the heart of this alliance, examining its origins, strengths, and challenges. The year 2015 marked a turning point in Burkina Faso's history. Armed groups began to launch attacks within Burkina Faso's borders, targeting security forces, civilians, and symbols of state authority. Faced with this escalating crisis, the government made the momentous decision to integrate civilian volunteers into the national defense strategy. The creation of the VDP in January 2020 was a direct response to this evolving security landscape. This initiative tapped into a long tradition of community self-defense in Burkina Faso. Thousands of citizens from all walks of life heeded the call, driven by patriotism and a desire to protect their communities. Farmers, teachers, shopkeepers, students, men and women, young and old, took up arms, ready to confront the threat. Their motivations were diverse, but they were united by a profound love for their country. For many, joining the VDP was an act of sheer desperation in the face of an existential threat. The surge in volunteerism was fueled by a deep sense of patriotism and a refusal to surrender their future to fear and violence. The VDP represents a departure from traditional military structures. It is a force deeply embedded in the communities it is sworn to protect, drawing its strength from local knowledge and social networks. The VDP's role extends beyond combat operations, providing vital intelligence and acting as a deterrent to attacks. Their presence in remote areas helps to fill the security vacuum and provides reassurance to the local population. They are not just fighters. They are community organizers, mediators, and messengers of peace. The alliance between the Burkina Faso Armed Forces and the VDP is a carefully structured collaboration. This formal framework provides legitimacy to the VDP, defining their roles and responsibilities. Training is a cornerstone of this collaboration, with VDP volunteers undergoing basic military training. The aim is to equip them with the skills necessary to defend their communities effectively and responsibly. Regular refresher courses ensure that VDP volunteers remain proficient in their skills. The operational dynamics of the VDP-Army partnership are based on shared responsibilities and unified goals. The VDP works in close coordination with the Burkina Faso Armed Forces, sharing intelligence and conducting joint patrols. The VDP's local knowledge and networks enhance the operational effectiveness of the army. Their presence in remote areas acts as a deterrent to armed groups seeking to establish safe havens. In larger-scale military operations, the VDP provides valuable support by securing areas and gathering intelligence. The VDP plays a crucial role as a bridge between the army and the people. They speak the local language, understand the local dynamics, and are trusted by the people they protect. This trust allows for the free flow of information and fosters a sense of shared responsibility for security. The VDP's presence in villages provides a tangible symbol of security and state presence. Their involvement in community development initiatives further strengthens their ties with the local population. The emergence of the VDP has had a tangible impact on the security landscape of Burkina Faso. Their presence has bolstered the operational capacity of the armed forces and empowered communities to take an active role in their own defense. The VDP has become a symbol of national unity and resilience. Their intimate knowledge of the local terrain has proven invaluable to the armed forces. The VDP's presence in remote areas has created a deterrent effect, disrupting the insurgents' freedom of movement. The VDP's contributions to reclaiming territory and restoring security are becoming increasingly evident. Working with the armed forces, the VDP has played a crucial role in pushing back against the insurgency and liberating villages. Their local knowledge has been invaluable in identifying and dismantling insurgent cells. The VDP's role in securing villages has allowed displaced populations to return and rebuild their lives. Their involvement in community policing and dispute resolution has contributed to reducing crime and promoting social cohesion. Beyond the battlefield, the VDP's impact extends far and wide. Their role in fostering community resilience, promoting social cohesion, and rebuilding trust between communities and the state is equally significant in the fight against the insurgency. They embody the spirit of self-reliance and community empowerment, demonstrating that sustainable peace and security cannot be achieved through military means alone. The VDP's close ties to the communities they defend make them uniquely positioned to identify and address local grievances that insurgents often exploit for recruitment and support. They act as mediators, bridging the gap between communities and the government, facilitating dialogue and advocating for the needs of the people. This role is crucial in addressing the root causes of conflict and preventing the spread of extremist ideologies. The VDP is also actively involved in community development initiatives, such as repairing schools, providing basic healthcare, and assisting with harvests. These activities, often exceeding their mandated duties, demonstrate their commitment to their community's well-being and help to rebuild trust in the government. By working alongside the people, the VDP is not only providing security, but is also fostering a sense of shared responsibility for building a better future. The VDP's commitment to community engagement is also evident in their efforts to promote social cohesion and reconciliation. They organize community dialogues, cultural events, and sports tournaments, bringing people together from different backgrounds and fostering understanding and tolerance. These initiatives are crucial in healing the wounds of conflict and preventing the polarization of society along ethnic or religious lines. The VDP's commitment to defending their homeland comes at a heavy price. Thrust into the front line, these volunteer fighters face immense risks, often lacking the training, equipment, and support systems available to regular armed forces. Their courage and sacrifice deserve recognition, but it is also crucial to acknowledge the heavy burden they carry. One of the most pressing challenges is the lack of adequate training and equipment. This disparity in capabilities exposes them to greater risks and limits their effectiveness. The VDP, while lauded for its courage and contributions to national security, has also attracted criticism and concern. The very nature of its existence, a citizen militia force operating within a complex and volatile conflict, raises important questions about accountability, human rights, and the potential for exacerbating existing tensions within Burkinabè society. One of the most pressing concerns is the potential for human rights abuses. While the VDP operates under the authority of the armed forces, their close proximity to the conflict, coupled with limited training in human rights law and the rules of engagement, raises concerns about their ability to adhere to international humanitarian law. There have been allegations of extrajudicial killings, arbitrary arrests, and reprisals against communities suspected of supporting insurgents. The VDP's integration into the national security framework has also been criticized for blurring the lines between civilian and military roles, potentially exposing communities to greater risks. The insurgents, unable to distinguish between civilians and armed actors, may target entire communities suspected of harboring VDP members, leading to a cycle of violence and retribution. Another concern is the potential for the VDP to exacerbate existing intercommunal tensions. In a country grappling with historical divisions along ethnic and religious lines, The arming of civilian militias, even with the intention of self-defense, carries the risk of deepening existing fault lines. There have been reports of VDP units being drawn into local disputes, fueling cycles of violence and undermining social cohesion. Section 3. Navigating the tightrope, balancing security imperatives with human rights. The challenges and criticisms surrounding the VDP highlight the delicate balance that Burkina Faso must strike between addressing urgent security needs and upholding human rights principles. The fight against terrorism cannot come at the expense of the very values and freedoms that the state is striving to protect. Addressing concerns about human rights abuses within the VDP is paramount. This requires robust vetting processes to prevent individuals with histories of violence or human rights violations from joining the ranks. Training on human rights law, the rules of engagement, and civilian protection must be strengthened and integrated into all aspects of VDP operations. Accountability mechanisms must be established to investigate allegations of abuses and hold perpetrators accountable, regardless of their affiliation. Independent monitoring of VDP activities by both national and international organizations is crucial to ensure transparency and deter future violations. Furthermore, the government must prioritize addressing the root causes of the conflict, such as poverty, inequality, and marginalization, which create fertile ground for extremist ideologies to take root. Investing in education, healthcare, and economic opportunities, particularly in marginalized communities, is essential to building long-term peace and stability. The international community also has a crucial role to play in supporting Burkina Faso's efforts to combat the insurgency while upholding human rights. This includes providing technical and financial assistance to strengthen the capacity of the security forces and the justice system, as well as supporting civil society organizations working to promote peace, reconciliation, and human rights. Section 1. Glimmers of Hope. Success stories from the front line. Amidst Burkina Faso's struggle, stories of resilience and local victories highlight the VDP Army Alliance's impact. These stories show the partnership's potential to reclaim communities and restore peace. They highlight the dedication of volunteers and strategic gains through unity. In Soum, a VDP unit repelled a large-scale attack using local intelligence. Outnumbered but determined, they used terrain knowledge to ambush insurgents. Their defense prevented the village from being overrun, causing insurgents to retreat. This victory, celebrated by the community, symbolized resistance and VDP's capacity. In the Est region, a VDP unit disrupted a major insurgent supply route. They provided crucial intelligence, identifying hidden caches of weapons. This enabled the army to destroy supplies and disrupt insurgents' logistics. The operation highlighted the importance of VDP's local knowledge. In the Sahel region, a VDP unit facilitated the peaceful surrender of recruited youth. They focused on dialogue and reconciliation, emphasizing community and peace. This mediation led to disarmament and reintegration, contributing to peace building. Section 2. The Shadows of Conflict. Examining cases of setbacks and challenges. While the VDP Army Alliance has seen successes, setbacks and challenges test its resilience and sustainability. Tragic incidents, like the ambush in Centre-Nord, highlight the VDP's vulnerability. Allegations of human rights abuses in Bouclé du Mouhoun cast a shadow over the partnership. These issues underscore the need for rigorous vetting, training, and accountability. Intercommunal tensions and unintended consequences of arming civilians further complicate the situation. Section 1. The Unfinished Battle. The alliance between the VDP and the Burkina Faso Armed Forces represents a bold and, in many ways, necessary response to the complex security challenges facing the nation. It embodies the spirit of national unity and the determination of the Burkinabè people to defend their homeland against a relentless insurgency. The VDP's local knowledge, coupled with their courage and commitment, has undoubtedly strengthened the country's security apparatus and contributed to reclaiming territory and protecting communities. However, This alliance is still a work in progress, facing significant challenges that cannot be ignored. Addressing concerns about human rights, ensuring adequate training and resources, and mitigating the risk of intercommunal tensions are crucial to the partnership's long-term success. Burkina Faso's fight against terrorism cannot come at the expense of its democratic values and respect for human rights. The international community must also step up its support, providing not only military aid, but also investing in sustainable development, good governance, and conflict resolution initiatives. The road ahead is fraught with challenges, but with continued commitment, careful navigation, and unwavering support, the VDP Army Alliance can pave the way for a more secure, peaceful, and prosperous future for Burkina Faso.